Nice. Speak in the mic real quick.
Hey, here we go. And we got a level.
Hey.
Okay. So sorry we started the stream a little bit late, but I got stopped by a freaking train. And if anyone knows anything about Newton, where we live and where we record, it's just the most inconvenient. Like the train goes literally through the entire town.
Yeah, there's no way of getting around it, really.
Not really. And this is like the longest train that I've ever seen in my life. Like it stops for 10 minutes. I'm literally calling them to say like, "Hey, get a move on." And
Like, yes, sir.
they like, as I'm doing that, they literally start moving. Anyway, couple fun things. I guess just getting right into it. One of the things I wanted to do was a matchup again.
Yeah.
And I thought it'd be really funny to do Edward Scissorhands.
Oh, that is a good idea.
And I can't remember which other one I had.
Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage. Do you want to do a Nicolas Cage?
Well, I did a mashup too.
Oh, you did?
I did one.
Okay, well,
that involved him.
Do yours real quick then. Do you have it?
Yep.
Okay.
Do I? It is, this was an interesting one because I really didn't want it to be like, I didn't want it to be too fake, like too like way out there. So I thought this one was actually just a little bit interesting. But Nicolas Cage versus Adam Driver.
Adam Driver, okay.
And I was like, what? Like, there's no way, And so I was like, well, let me just like read it. And like the cliff notes. So physicality, Adam Driver is larger, stronger, and structurally built for conflict. Cage is leaner, older, but deceptively wiry and loose in movement, which I thought was a weird take.
That's definitely a like something we didn't. I didn't see that coming. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Background: Driver is a former U.S. Marine with real hand-to-hand training.
Yeah.
Cage has no formal combat experience, but decades of fully committing to violent chaos.
Okay.
Right. So mindset. I like how I broke it down this way. So mindset. Driver is disciplined and controlled. Cage is improvisational and emotionally unrestrained. One follows structure, the other dissolves it. Emotional volatility. Driver stays contained under pressure. Cage escalates immediately and unpredictably, which creates early danger.
Early danger?
I love how most of them, like Driver, it's like this really short sentence, and then Cage is like an explanation. You know what I mean? So psychological intimidation. Driver is imposing but readable.
Okay.
Cage is unsettling and erratic. Eye contact, vocal shifts, and timing disrupts matter here. So it's a little bit like
a little bit whimsical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fight dynamic. If Driver grounds Cage early, it's over.
If Driver puts him down, it's done for.
If Cage keeps standing past a minute, chaos starts eroding Driver's advantage.
Okay.
So now getting into it a little bit, you've got endurance. Driver has better conditioning. Cage burns hot and uneven.
I love that. That's the best way to explain
it. Amazing description. Okay, so verdict. This is closer than it should be. And they kind of did. I asked it to do like base it off of like actual like just data and like educated guesses. Like,
yeah.
So you know what I mean? Like just kind of give us an idea. It says this is closer than it should be. Driver wins about 60% of the time through control. Yeah, I know, right? But here's what's kind of neat. So Cage wins 40% by derailing discipline with unpredictability.
Okay, all right.
That reminded me of like the Jake Paul, like how we were talking about like stuff like that. Because I don't know if you watched it yet, but like him fighting, it's Anthony Joshua. Yeah. After I was like, man, I butchered those names a couple times. But watching him, like that was, I didn't think that that was really a strategy, but I think like the fact that Jake Paul, it looked like he had no idea what he was doing. It really, in a controlled environment, it really did like throw Anthony Joshua off his game.
I mean, maybe.
It took 6 rounds for him to knock him out.
Yeah, but I think that was staged.
I mean, I agreed. But I think like if you're watching it at least, it's believable enough because he's just like all over the place. And he's just like, what do I do with this guy? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So maybe in an environment, maybe
I
that
could
was
see that.
fixed. But like I
because
can
he's not a traditional boxer.
yeah. So you're like, what am I? And that's what we were talking about. Like if I was in some type of match with someone, I'm not saying I'd have any type of advantage, but I wouldn't know the rules, quote unquote, rules of the game.
It would be just raw, like survival.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so if that's the case, it's like I'm not thinking like I'm just
Yeah.
like, okay, there's an opening. Let's try it out.
Right.
And if I get him, I get him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So who knows? But I thought that was an interesting like percentage because they're like cage just by derailing discipline predictability.
That's fair.
Right. So the official winner, Adam Driver, narrowly, uncomfortably, and with stories afterwards.
Okay. All
So,
right,
yeah,
fair enough.
interesting take, but there it is.
I don't know where my phone is.
Now Matt's looking for something. I will say the person that was in this room before us drew that.
Yeah.
On this whiteboard over here.
Okay.
For anyone listening, just to describe it to you, it's kind of like if you've ever seen Zodiac. That's basically what it looks like on this board. And since I was here by myself for a while, I went ahead and got us a room. The guy was really nice. It was not, was it Ethan last time? It was not Ethan, but it was a nice guy. And
I don't know what that is,
dude.
at all.
And there was someone in here. I won't say anything about them, but they were in here before us, and he was gonna put us in a different room.
Uh-huh.
And then he was like, "Oh, I think so and so just got done," and I was like, "Oh, we can go ahead and put you in there." And they were, I'm not kidding. This is not a joke. They were like, "Hey, I didn't erase the whiteboard." So, and the guy was like, "We won't touch it till tomorrow." Like he said that with me right there. Like he's like, "We won't touch it till tomorrow." For real.
Okay.
And then this person was like, "Well, I don't know if you like need it." And I was like, at that point, I'm like, so
like, yeah, we freaking need it.
Yeah, it's the only thing we use.
Yeah.
Do you know who I am?
You know how rude
Do you know who's coming?
For not doing this
Like,
right now?
Like, go erase it. But no, like, I was just like, no, I don't need it. It's like, it's fine. But okay. So then I'm like, I gotta see what's on this freaking whiteboard.
Right.
So as soon as we're walking up, I'm like in front of the guy, like, just peeking in. And we get in here and he turns on the light and I look at this and I was just like, before, like, he's about to leave and I was like, hey, hang on. I was like, what is that? And he was like, I have no idea. And I just left.
Okay.
But that's what, like,
it looks like hieroglyphics.
It does. It looks like something in the pyramids.
Because because you guys are not seeing this right now, like if we had cameras, I would full on just like turn this around and show it to you. It looks like a mixture.
It's like a cipher.
Yeah. It's like a mixture of Cyrillic, like Russian and Russian Cyrillic and like algebra.
Yes. There's like,
because there's like number assignments
with letters
and
like a left and a right.
Some of them are intertwined. Like there's a capital B, capital A, capital R that are like layered on top of each other.
Yeah, that's the part that's strange. Is there's different it seems that there's like double meanings for some of the like things.
I don't get it.
Like M also is N, L is also K.
P is also O.
Right. But which is the next letter. Kind of want to take a picture of this and ask ChatGPT, like, hey, what do you think this is?
I think we should take a picture.
I'm about to do it right now. I'm doing it right now.
So
yeah, you go ahead.
So mine is Harry Potter versus Edward Scissorhands.
Dear God. Dear God.
And I'm using Gemini.
Okay.
In a theoretical confrontation, Harry Potter would likely win against Edward Scissorhands due to his vast range of magical abilities, superior combat experience, and long distance fighting style. Combat comparison: Harry Potter, attack range, long range, spells like Stupefy and Expelliarmus. Mobility high, Firebolt Broomstick, Apparition. So like the ability to apparate. Um, Experience high, fought Death Eaters, Giants, and Voldemort. It's Lord Voldemort. Thank you very much. Key
Didn't think you were supposed to say his name. Is that right?
key advantage: versatility and tactical evasion. Fear of the name only increases the fear of the thing itself. All right, let's just start there. Edward Scissorhands. Attack range, melee only. He has scissor hands.
Nicely done.
Mobility low. Awkward walking style. Experience minimal. Primarily a gardener slash hairdresser. Key advantage, precision, and high pain tolerance. Analysis of the matchup, tactical range. Edward is essentially a melee combatant with natural weaponry. Harry conversely can disable opponents from a distance using spells like Petrificus Totalis or
I'm glad you're reading that because I would be like,
Stupefy. Speed and reflexes. While Edward has peak human dexterity for intricate tasks like ice carving, he rarely runs and possesses any average human movement speed. Harry's reflexes are honed by years of Quidditch, where he tracks high speed projectiles. Wind conditions. Harry's path. Harry can simply use a disarming charm or a shield charm to neutralize Edward before he reaches melee range. Edward's path. Edward would need to ambush Harry in a tight space where magic casting is difficult. His most significant combat feat is stabbing an opponent in the stomach when enraged, but he generally lacks the aggressive mindset for combat. Conclusion: Harry's ability to end the fight instantly from a distance and his vastly superior mobility makes this one-handed match in his favor. I'm sorry, one-sided match in his favor. Uh, oh my gosh. It's asking if I want it, to use a matchup from between Harry and Edward Elric from Full Metal Alchemist.
oh God. I think I don't know much about Harry Potter lore, but I think it's like would also depend on like what stage, like are we talking like movie one? Edward
Right.
Scissorhands, like when he can barely like he's learning stuff, so it's kind of a little bit unpredictable. Like he'd probably try to do something, but he might miss or he
Yeah.
might do the wrong thing.
And I kind of feel like just the raw inability can lead to a lot of like really like crazy accidental deaths.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
So
for sure.
I
Like
could see that being a thing.
because he's
Like
not.
Edward Scissorhand luring him in with a little bit of the kindness, okay?
Mhm.
And then flipping script and
You know, yeah,
yeah.
going hard. I think because it depends. Like I said, like if he's learning this stuff, like if it comes to a physical battle, like I mean, when I picture Harry Potter, I picture like a teenager. I guess I don't
Yeah, for
picture,
sure.
So I'm just like, I mean, this is a full grown man. Like
Yeah.
Edward Scissorhands is a full grown man, I believe. Johnny
He's
Depp was probably in his 20s.
he's like a doll.
So would
Isn't
you
he?
think? I mean, I guess, but would you think like if you had to put an age on him, would he be like?
Yeah, I would say I would say early or late teens.
Oh, okay.
Maybe like
I always thought he
19
was
or 20.
like mid 20s, if not more.
Yeah, I would say like 19 or 20.
Okay.
I don't know. Because he befriends a teenager in Edward Scissorhands.
Winona Ryder or
Yeah.
someone. She's a teenager technically
Yeah.
in that movie. I guess you're right. Yeah. I don't know.
I don't
I
know.
just can't judge people.
I don't know. There's just I thought that would be funny, but it wasn't that funny.
Like
So
thinking of like the Stranger Things, like speaking of Winona Ryder, we'll tie it all together. But Stranger Things, like in the like last season, they're still supposed to be children. They're like
oh, I
full grown
know.
adults. You know
Oh,
what I
I
mean?
know.
And so that's what I don't know. Sometimes I like Boy Meets World. Like growing up, I was
Hmm.
like, oh my gosh, like these are teenagers. You know, Saved by the Bell or whatever. And like they're obviously like you look back and like even though Mario Lopez hasn't aged a day, but
No.
you look at them and you're like, those guys were definitely like in their 20s, you
Yeah.
know, or like Power Rangers were supposed to be like in high school, you know
Yeah.
what I
Oh, no, I
mean?
know.
And
Yeah.
there's like
And they're in their mid
full, yeah,
20s.
full freaking grown adult,
Yeah.
got a 401k and everything,
Oh,
you
I
know.
know. He's got a 1330 credit store right there.
That's right. And so you look at like thinking of I guess Harry Potter, if you put them next to each other, like the Harry Potter I picture from like the first, maybe the second movie,
Okay.
versus Edward Scissorhands, to me there'd be a huge just like
No, I
difference.
agree.
And so if they're going at it, like if his Expecto Patronum doesn't work when he's getting a little closer, you know. It's Leviosa. Anyway, but he gets there. Like if Edward Scissorhands can get in there quick enough, he's gonna kind of look like I can't remember the guy, but from like Soul Calibur, that had like the blades and stuff, kind of like
Oh, I think it's like
something with a V.
Voldo or
Yeah, like
something
that's
like
like if he
that.
wanted to get creepy, that's who he could be. You know,
Yeah,
coming in like you know,
fair enough.
just
Yeah.
coming at him, and then like Harry's like, oh crap, you know what I mean? Like, oh shoot,
I'm
dang,
11. You
yeah.
know.
And he's like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, I could see that.
A lot of people in this library today.
There
What's
is a
going
lot.
on? Get out of
Just stop looking at me. Okay.
here! Got a book on Tom Selleck. Why aren't we reading that?
I mean, you can.
It's good stuff.
I can't read. You knew that already.
I did figure out something on this,
On what?
and you're gonna hate me, but I'm gonna have to take a potty break.
Are you
I'm just
serious?
I don't know yet.
You better not.
We'll see. You're just you're just keeping them entertained for a couple minutes. Okay. So I asked it like, hey, we saw this. Here's like the scenario. You know, what does this mean? I took a picture of this whiteboard.
Okay.
Um, it says this board
You're gonna throw up. Like.
maybe is like this board wasn't random. It was organized.
Please continue.
Whoever wrote this wasn't doodling. They were running iterations.
Iterations of what?
Look at the structure. Numbers 1 through 13 map deliberately to letters. Letters grouped, boxed, crossed out. Control versus competitive trials. Left-right distinctions. Results isolated and framed. That's not chaos. That's testing.
Testing.
Now here's the creepy part.
What?
This looks like someone trying to reduce language. Strip it down, filter it, eliminate noise. What survives are letters that won't go away no matter how the system changes. And what's left at the end? Oh God, D, F, G, V, W, Z, Q. Not a word, not a phrase, but also not letters humans favor.
What is happening right now?
These are hard letters, unfriendly letters, letters that don't flow. If this were a cipher, it's not meant to be read. It's meant to be solved until only the unbreakable remains. Now zoom out. Oh my God, dude. Okay, now zoom out. This wasn't written by staff. It wasn't erased. It was left in a library. A place built on knowledge, silence, and pattern. What if this wasn't a message
Dude,
to
I'm kind of getting freaking goosies
What
here.
if this wasn't a message to someone, but a test of the system? Or worse, a test of people? Because here's the real hook. If this person comes back and writes the same thing again, but cleaner or shorter or with fewer letters, that means the experiment is still running.
What experiment?
And the libraries are perfect for that. Anonymous, transient, no one asks why you're thinking. So the question isn't what does it say? The question is what happens when it finally stops changing. That's all it says. That's it.
What?
That's weird.
Dude.
That's so creepy.
How did we How did we stumble upon this?
That's really weird. Is there a way? Can't you do like a? I mean, like on the channel, we can probably put that picture, right? If I send
Yep.
it to you.
I'm going to take a picture. I'm going to take a few pictures.
That's so
Because that's
creepy, dude.
that's very creepy. Reduce language.
Unfriendly letters.
I wonder if like someone is studying cryptography because that sounds like cryptography.
That's I kind of asked it like, what are some other like things? Is it hobbyist cryptography folks? Like that could just be something people doing ARG style puzzles, writers mapping out fictional codes,
So that could be
numerology enthusiasts. So it could be a few things.
That's interesting.
It is.
I definitely got goosies in the middle of that too.
It's kind of weird. Anyway,
We'll put the picture up.
You guys be the judge.
Probably on Spotify.
Okay.
So take a look. When it comes to that. So early this weekend, we had a storm. We had a snowstorm.
We did.
And we definitely recorded before the storm hit.
Yep.
So this is our first. We got like 5 inches of snow, I would say.
Something like that, yeah, 5 to 6. And then it was really over the course of like 2 days, I guess, that it can continuously would snow on top of the snow.
Yeah. I talked to my mom. They got 10.
Dude.
They got 10 inches.
Dude.
That's nuts.
That is nuts.
They probably have cleaner streets than we live in.
That's what they did. We've talked about that.
My
they just shut down the town and do their thing. And here you go.
Dude, 7th out here is still so snowpacked.
Dude, my freaking street.
Your street is still?
Yeah, I don't think they do any residential.
I don't think they do either.
They just, I mean, that just made the best man win. You
know
what I mean?
I kind of want to get like a truck,
dude,
and just put a
couple of tables on the front.
Table.
And just go through.
Yeah,
I know.
I kind of wanted to just like, how many people would just be like so grateful for that?
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
Anyway, so I had to do some stuff to my wife's car.
Oh.
And I thought it would be funny to write it out as like a captain's log.
Okay.
Is that cool?
That's awesome.
Okay, I'm gonna.
How long is it gonna take? Cause I gotta go.
It should. It's so funny too because I like coming in here because I was running late, right?
Yeah.
I wanted to pee so bad.
What if we took? I'm just kidding. We can't.
We can't.
You tell yours I pee, and
It'd
then
really
I tell
funny,
mine you pee.
Like we're just like we just continue the pod from the bathroom.
Would it work?
I don't
would
know.
it reach that far? I doubt it.
I kind of doubt it.
The mic?
Yeah.
Probably not.
I don't think it would. Anyway, I thought that would be really funny though. I was like, yeah, we're just
oh, I was thinking like the hand dryer. Like the sink. I was fighting with the staff. Like, hey, what demon was in that room before we were in there? You're like, Captain's log. Give me a name, Ethan. Who is it? Where is it?
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm gonna read it. It's not very long. Captain's log, January 28th, 2026, 1100 hours. The light of the evening sun sailed toward the horizon as if being chased by a violation of God's law. I needed to save the light. If I had any notion of what time would come against me, I would have acted sooner. Still, my lantern and company of tools. I hoisted my bearings and prepared my already shaking hands.
Oh.
I faced the cold and biting force, determined to have my way. No pierce or veil that strikes me shall blind my emboldened resolve this night. As bitter as the frozen air that tested itself against my cheeks and tongue could be, I am justified. Prepared I was for that. Ill prepared was I to face the slippery demon of newly wrought secretions
Ooh.
from the crow's nest that had frozen solid. Test my center of gravity it did, made my steps unsound and threatened to send me arse over tea kettle. I prevailed. Tasted fear for the first time in years, but we overcome. I approached the schooner, starboard, and, and precariously balanced my lantern on a roll of scotch tape.
Mm.
The argument was violent, forced to contort my person to the brink of agony. Within 20 minutes of destructive pulling and archaic words against defiant parts, difficult to see, my lantern met its untimely end. God rest the mediocre glint of its yellow eyes to the pits of lanterns glow forevermore. Amen. Yet the battle wasn't over.
Oh.
The shard of broken dreams, warm and cold, was displaced once and for all, and I had yet to install its supplanter. I knelt, discouraged and desolate, in the harsh conditions of my enemy, and wept my discontent. Just out there crying.
That's what I was thinking. I'm in the moment, man.
Wind swept and frozen shut, my eyes beheld the light of another. Renewed, I once more approached the breach. I clawed and pulled and fought, twisting and writhing and shifting in the snow. It wasn't until I prayed to the Lord above for his mighty hand to intervene that I would finally overcome. With frost-nipped knees and frozen jeans, I put that part to the test.
Oh.
Now the defroster works in her car.
Hey.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Wow. I was actually going to ask. I'm like, so what did you fix?
Yeah.
The Lord above. That was good.
I had to switch out the blower motor,
Oh, yeah.
like for the HVAC system.
Okay.
It took me 2 freaking hours. Dude.
I mean, it would have taken me longer. So
My
kudos to
gosh.
you.
I struggled with it.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Kudos to you, though, for fixing it.
Yeah.
Doing it yourself.
I mean, I figured it would be one of those things that I could do myself and it not be a big deal.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, it was. I went in and like my freaking knee was. I thought I had frostbite.
Well, yeah, dude, it's freaking cold.
Oh yeah.
It was -9 one of the days. Like felt like -9.
Yeah, for sure.
Feels like. That's
so
crazy.
Did you have any adventures, like snow ventures?
Yeah. So you kind of sorry if I'm getting a little emotional here. You kind of brought up some stuff.
Did I? Just now?
Yeah, I've been like, one of the things in like my journeys of self-betterment.
You got to pee so bad.
I really do. But one of the things in my self-betterment is like journaling. I think that's really healthy and helpful and something I really enjoy doing.
For sure.
And one of the things has been leaving like voice memos instead because it's easier just so you can just say it. You don't have to write it all down.
Yeah, for sure.
That. And so I had an experience during the snowstorms as well. And I left a voice memo.
Okay.
But I had it like transcribe it for me because I was like, I feel like I need to share. You're my best friend. I feel like I should share it with you and stuff like that. But there's noises because this was happening like in the moment.
There's noises.
So the noises I will have to just do with my mouth, so that you
God.
can understand. Like, I'll do my best.
Are you eating spaghetti?
But I was not.
Okay.
So yeah, we're just gonna get into it. But it's gonna, like I said, I'm revisiting this for the first time. So yeah, I appreciate that.
No judgment.
So yeah, I usually title my things too.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm just gonna this is just the transcript. I'm just gonna read it to you. So
sounds great.
The driveway that knew too much. This is serious, okay?
Okay. Sorry, you have to give me a second.
I went outside. Okay, I'll wait.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I said no judgment.
Yeah, and then
immediately started judging. Please.
I went outside to shovel my driveway. That's it. That's the story.
Okay.
No, that's a lie.
Oh God.
That's what I thought was happening.
Oh my God.
What actually happened was I stepped into a side quest.
A side quest? What happened? What was that?
The shovel hit the ground, and immediately the universe went, "Oh, you? Interesting choice." That's metal.
All right.
The snow wasn't snow. It was betrayal in powder form.
Okay.
I pushed once. Nothing moved. I pushed again. The driveway pushed back. I swear to God, the driveway sighed. And then the hallucinations started. Not scary ones, disrespectful ones. Suddenly from the left I hear, "Hey man, you ever think about how time is fake?"
What?
I look around, there's no one there. Just snow and regret. From the right, "Shovel faster, coward." Now I'm arguing with the weather. I'm shoveling and the snow starts to name itself. This patch is named Derek. This one Linda. That pile? That pile is my father's expectations. I throw Derek onto Linda. They deserve each other. At this point, my hands are numb, my face is numb, my soul has left and texted me. I'm going to sit this one out. Then, clear as day, a raccoon appears. He does not exist, but he judges. He's wearing a tiny varsity jacket in my mind. He goes, "You'll never finish." I say nothing, because if I respond, I will be on the news. The wind hits and whispers, "Return to the warmth." I consider it. But no, because now is not about the snow. This is about dominance. I shovel harder. The shovel snaps a little and makes a noise like ka-tink, which is when the universe yells, "Bonus round."
Oh no.
Suddenly the driveway stretches. It's longer. It wasn't that long before. It's emotionally longer. Each scoop feels like I'm excavating a forgotten civilization. I uncover a leaf from October, a receipt from 2019, and one sock.
Whose sock was it?
Not mine. I stand there covered in snow, breathing like I fought a bear, hands shaking, but I was finally done. A sense of pride I feel. And I look up. It's snowing again. Anyway, shoveling's good for you.
Oh, bravo, man.
Thanks.
That was beautiful.
Thanks.
That was horrific.
Yeah.
But gorgeous.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Did you ever finish the driveway? Like
Yeah. Yeah.
one step at a time, all right?
Right. Yeah. But for real, I did it thinking I'm getting ahead of it. And I look at the weather and it's like, oh, it's not going to snow again, for a little while. So I was like, well, now's the time. Get out there and whatever. And then it freaking snowed again.
Yeah.
So I had to do it twice.
Oh,
This
geez.
is great.
Yeah.
It wasn't too bad. Just listening to music out there.
I was still on restriction.
Oh yeah.
So like I couldn't
your open
lift
heart
it. Yeah,
surgery.
Right.
Mhm.
I couldn't lift it. So my wife went out and did a lot of the shoveling, which was really nice of her.
I heard a thing about, speaking of that it was like, I feel like every year I always try to figure out a better method, because there's really no like strategy, which I'm sure someone listening is like, there is, but I feel like there's not like a perfect strategy for doing it, and I think I finally figured it out.
Like shoveling snow?
Yeah, and I think I
Okay.
finally figured it out this year. But I was listening to the radio, and they were saying that shoveling a driveway is the equivalent of a stress test. And so it was like, you need to be super careful, and that you're supposed to just push. Like, you're not supposed to lift it up. And then I was like, well, how the frick are you supposed to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, because my shovel gets, you know what I mean? You get stuck on like a crack or something, and then it, like the handle like impales you, and you're just like laying there like a fallen,
Yeah,
samurai.
I know.
But I think there's a way. I figured out a better method this year, I think, but since I had to do it twice, and so I'll forget till next year unless it snows again. Because we're barely getting started with winter, honestly.
So what's your method then?
Like I did a center, like a line right down the middle
Uh-huh.
of the driveway, like just straight down the middle.
Okay.
And then starting from like the top, like I went back up to the top, and I would go like start. It's hard to describe it like in words, but basically like instead of like Matt's staring at this guy that was walking by, that was the dude
iPhone.
from last time.
It was.
That guy with the freaking
With
like
the
mops on his
dumb-
ears.
yeah.
Yeah, AirPod Pro
You
Maxes.
Stupid pods.
Stupid pods. But I would take, instead of just going right down like one path, I would go to where like my shovel was like half off of it. So I was pushing, and it would just push any excess snow onto the other side of it, and I would just keep like just going down. But before I would try to like pick it up and like scoop it over and then throw it, and it was like getting in my face. Like, this is so dumb.
Yeah,
Like, what am
you
I
throw it
doing?
into the
Yeah,
wind.
like, ah! I'm like, what am I doing here? So yeah, I feel like I finally mastered it this time.
Cool.
But I don't know how people just push it, like,
Yeah.
because for us at least, like it freezes over again,
Right.
and then it's like ice underneath.
Right.
So I don't know.
Yeah, and like, so I've heard, well, essentially what you said about shoveling snow and it being like a stress test.
Mm-hmm.
People like have heart attacks.
Yeah, dude, that's nuts.
Yeah, like that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And I like, I like, don't get me wrong, like it's tough shoveling snow.
Yep.
But it's one of those things that like, I think I'm still young enough to be to be all right.
Yeah.
So
I think the like and that's the same reason I never understood like people that do cardio in the snow, like when it's cold outside and stuff like that, like running and stuff, because you have to
yes,
like, because you're out there shoveling or whatever, you're bundled up because it's cold, so you have to get warm, but then
Yeah.
you start
Start
sweating,
sweating,
and
yeah.
like, your body temperature kind of like changes a little bit, and so now
Yes.
you're like out there like, okay, is this safe for me to take off my coat, or is this like what the people on the Titanic felt right before they died?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Am I hypothermic?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. I have a quote from the Titanic, actually.
you?
Yep. The
Go.
captain. He was like, where the heck's this water coming from? Thought that was kind of cool.
That is a cool
It's
quote.
in a book. Yep. Similar to the one, it was
What's the captain's name?
I don't forgot. Captain Titanic. He named the boat after himself because he was full of it.
I don't think that's
So
true.
that's why there was 2 Titanics that sunk that day.
I'm pretty sure there was
'Cause
just
he
one.
went down, and then yeah, dude. Actually, no. This is speaking of. Speaking
I love
of.
the switch.
Speaking of, did we ever talk about, I'm like, this is
Yeah.
totally off the cuff. Do
Yeah.
you remember, or did we ever talk about the like theory of the
Yeah.
Titanic, like the zombie thing? Did we ever talk about that?
The zombie thing.
There was this guy who wrote it was I can't remember where I saw the thread, but it was like this post that he was like, okay, everyone's gonna think I'm insane here. He's like, but my grandfather was on the Titanic and he told me this story. Like he survived, and he like linked like his birth, like I mean all the stuff of his grandpa. So like hey, he was really on there. He's like, you can fact check this or whatever. Anything's made up nowadays. But anyway, he was like, this is my grandfather. He survived. He told us this story like before he died, like on his deathbed, because he like didn't believe it. But basically, the whole story was that the way the Titanic sunk, like he was like his dad was like, or his grandpa was in like probably not like a bottom class, but like kind of close, I guess.
Yeah.
And he said that there was a like when he was getting on the boat, they were loading people. Like he got on the boat early and they were loading people on it. And he was like, and once they had the passengers on, they started bringing in these like stretchers of people and just loading them, just tons of people, like filling this
Just
boat.
people who are
Basically bodies, it looks like. And so anyway, grandpa's telling the story that like while he was there, he like was wandering the cabins and stuff and trying to figure out like, hey, what's all this boat got to offer kind of thing.
Okay.
And he went down to this like restricted area, somehow got in there, and there was they were doing like experiments on these bodies, and he said he started hearing words and hearing stuff and hearing, and basically there was like infected, and so he's like saying that that was like one of the things that happened. It's
Yeah, I know.
complete
I was gonna
garbage,
say I'm not
but
buying that.
it's a really good read. I have to find it someday. It was
Yeah.
funny.
I was gonna say that's not.
He's like, that's what caused him to hit an iceberg. That doesn't make any sense.
Well, alrighty then, buddy. He's bipolar. Never mind.
Right. That's good.
Yeah.
So funny.
So, have you oh,
Hmm?
wow. Let's start that again. Had a freaking stroke in the middle of that one.
Did you shovel too hard?
I did. So,
Every time
I'm
someone
so
walks
sorry.
by, Matt and I just stop and like
I just-
glare at them. Like, what are you doing in here?
I don't know what the deal is with me tonight. I don't know why I'm mean mugging people.
Like, what are you? Yeah, you were, dude.
I
If she'd have
am.
looked over, she'd have been
Yeah,
really
should've
upset.
been- Okay, jeez.
Man,
What's wrong with this guy?
Man, his
I
Wrangler
don't know
shirt.
what my deal is. I'm sorry. Anyway, gosh.
It's so
Oh
funny.
my gosh. Anyway, have you
You
had?
just stopped talking and you
Yeah, I
stared
know.
at him. He's like, I was thinking, Eric, what if we...
Dude, the ADD is just rampant right now. I think I'm tired too. I didn't sleep very good last night.
And that train blocked you.
That train. Oh gosh, that train.
Stinking BNSF.
BNSF.
Start a GoFundMe to defund.
Defund the
Just
BNSF.
shut down the town. We don't have any money coming in anymore.
Gosh.
Anyway, sorry.
Gosh dang it. So, have you had any dreams lately? Like any dreams that like stand out to you?
Yeah, one, but it's
Yeah,
embarrassing. What
it's
about
embarrassing?
you?
Okay.
Yeah, it's funny, but it's embarrassing.
So do you often remember your dreams or not?
Yes,
very? You do?
actually, yes. Mhm.
Okay.
But I have to like write it down when I wake up,
Okay.
or else I will forget.
Yeah, it's there when you're awake and then
Yes.
it just slowly fades away.
I feel like it's not there when I wake up. It's there when I like. You ever like wake up and like you're still closing your eyes? Like you're aware that like I'm awake, but I haven't like opened my eyes physically yet.
Yes.
But if I'm laying there, if that makes any sense, if I'm laying there, I can recall it. But if as soon as I'm like up and like I might go to the bathroom or whatever, it's gone.
So are you? I have a feeling we talked about this before. Are you a lucid dreamer then?
I have.
Yeah.
I can. I know
Yeah.
how. I don't like it.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's
Like where
a
you
little scary.
like where you were aware that you're asleep and you like wake yourself up.
Yep.
Dude, that's gotta be like damaging. That can't be.
I don't know if it's necessarily damaging, but
I
it's
feel like
definitely
it can't be healthy.
So because like I feel like the thing that like makes dreams happen is similar to like DMT or something released in the brain.
Could be. There's
I
just been
can't remember if that's the case or that's what happens when you die.
because there's been people that like talk about like sleep paralysis demons
Yes.
because of that. And so like that's the thing, is it's like, is this something demonic, or is it like your mind just goes to that place when you're in this like lucid state?
Yes.
You
So have you ever had a sleep paralysis thing?
Well, yeah.
You have?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never experienced it.
Like something evil, or do you feel, or you mean like just
Yeah.
like what's going on?
Have you ever experienced sleep paralysis?
I don't know if I know the official definition of that, but
So essentially, sleep paralysis is when you are essentially awake, but your body is not responding to any of the commands that your brain is sending to it.
yes.
So you're awake, but your body is still asleep, essentially.
What would be the different? Oh, then yeah. Like I guess instead of my lucid dreaming turns into that. Anytime I lucid dream, it turns into like
Sleep paralysis.
because
It's like a waking dream.
yes,
Yeah.
like I tell myself like, hey, you're like this is a dream. Like it's time to wake up, and then
Okay.
that's when I'm in the state of like my eyes are closed. I'm not seeing anything, but I cannot move.
Okay.
And then I like it's almost like you're like it's stuck in something. Like you're trying to get out of it.
But you never like opened your eyes and saw like a demonic.
No. That
Situation.
hasn't happened. No.
So like I feel like sleep in general. I feel first of all, if you think about sleep as a
It's
concept,
weird.
it's such a strange thing
Yes.
because you go completely unconscious for 6 to 8 hours at a time,
Yep.
and you need to do it
Yep.
in order to survive.
Yep.
Like if you don't sleep,
You will die
you will 100% die,
and go like
but
insane
you will
before it
start
happens.
hallucinating.
Yeah, before it happens. It doesn't take
Yes,
very many days.
yes. Like you're hallucinating before day two.
Hmm.
Like
Yeah,
that's intense.
like mild,
And
starting out
some
mild and then goes like nuts.
yes, and some people have stayed up for 11 days at a time.
That's like a military experiment gone
I
wrong.
just don't understand it.
Hmm.
But I always use the icebreaker. Do you know
Oh,
what I
I think I
mean?
do know what you mean because I
So
used to say
like
it a lot.
I did. I came it came so like naturally.
Hmm.
I don't know I don't know where it came from, but I think I just remember thinking the concept of sleep is so funny to me. And when you describe it to someone, it's weird.
Yeah.
Like you feel like you make that person, and it's easy to make that person feel like you have a medical disability,
Yes.
because like I would just be like, look, it's weird, it's a little bit embarrassing, like I don't usually talk about it, but I trust you guys. um I've never been able to put like words to it. Scientists have done experiments. They've they've given it names, but I just don't feel like it's like the equivalent of what I'm experiencing.
Mm.
Okay? I can't explain it, and the only way that I can is every night, no matter how much I fight it, no matter how much I, you know, think I need to do it but just don't, or and it fluctuates. Sometimes the intensity is more, sometimes it's not. Every night without fail, I will just go completely unconscious for 6 to 8 hours at a time. And it was so funny the first time I said that, because everyone in the room, besides maybe like two or three people, were just like, oh my God, are you okay? And then somebody like starts laughing. And I'm just like, it's not funny, man.
What's wrong with you,
and,
dude?
and he's like, clever, clever. I'm like, thank you. And he's like, look, my brain is still functioning for some reason, and like I'll feel great when I come out of it. Like for like it's super weird. Like it's like I'll fight it and I'll fight it and I'll fight, but no matter what, like I feel awesome coming out of it. And like my brain is still doing stuff because like I'll see stuff like in my like while I'm doing this thing. And I call them like head movies or something, like I don't have a name for that either. But but like you think about that,
Yeah,
that's a weird
it
thing.
is.
So like I'm a big believer that dreams have meaning, or at least can have meaning.
Yeah.
And part of that is a spiritual thing that I've experienced, and it's a it's a part of my gifting, I guess,
Hmm.
right? To be able to discern the meaning in dreams that are seemingly superfluous. Okay? So, I the only time that I ever remember my dreams is when I feel like the Lord is talking to me,
Hmm.
like is telling me something in my dreams.
But anything funny or something like that, you're just like, I
No,
don't
yeah,
remember.
Well, it doesn't happen often.
Hmm. That you know of.
No, really. Like I will I will only remember certain pieces of recurring dreams,
Uh huh. Yeah,
and
recurring dreams are weird.
those are the things that I pay attention to a lot,
Yeah.
because that's the stuff that I really feel like the Lord is trying to tell me
Mm,
something, right?
I see.
And so I know this is a little bit woo woo and a little bit, but we're Christian dudes, so like for me, like that's very much a thing.
Yeah.
And so um I get a lot of like excuse me, home invasion dreams, and I get a lot of random things coming at me, and the things always say really weird stuff.
Hmm.
Like it's never something that pertains to the actual dream.
Like it's chasing you, or like you're about like
No, no,
running
no.
like at it.
Like it's one of those things that are like it's borderline attacking me.
Okay.
Okay, like I had one dream where I was at the freaking YMCA. Okay, and I'm sitting in my car. There's this woman in the parking lot, and she is actively being mauled by this gigantic panther,
Dang.
like this dark, just pitch black lionish figure.
Holy
Okay,
crap.
she's actively being mauled by it. Like her clothes are all ripped, she's got skin missing, like it's grotesque. And I'm trying to
Get in
like
a
I
workout.
see this thing. No,
I'm.
like yeah, no, that's fun.
I'm sorry.
I love that.
I'm trying to hit a PR over here.
No, that's that. I don't know what the
Are you're in
YMCA
your
really
car
meant.
though?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay.
I'm in the car, but I see, and I'm actively like trying to stop this thing from like killing this woman.
Yeah.
Okay, and I find out kind of like you know how like sometimes in dreams you just intrinsically know something.
Yes.
That happens a lot.
Okay.
Okay, and it gives me context to what is happening within the dream.
Hmm.
So this particular dream, this woman is essentially a prostitute,
Hmm.
but I'm still trying to like save her. I mean, she's a person, you know what I
Right.
mean? And so I pull out my gun and I start shooting at this thing. Um, Essentially the bullets I can see because I'm in the dream I'm using defensive rounds, so like they're hollow points,
Uh-huh.
so I can see them actively mushrooming against this thing's skin.
Dang.
Okay, and I shoot it in the head, like, and it just smushes, like the bullet just smushes against its forehead, and it's coming up into my car,
Dang, dude.
and so I'm like I'm like reloading
Mm-hmm.
and just emptying rounds into this thing.
Yeah.
Okay, and eventually it goes away. Okay, and the woman I get her in my car because I'm like, hey, like we need to get you to a hospital.
Right.
And she's like sitting there and she's just like torn up, but she just like looks at me and goes, why did you do that? I was like, what do you mean? It was hurting you.
Mm-hmm.
This thing would have killed you if I didn't do something. She's like, no, that is a sacred thing.
What?
And I'm like, what? You're She's like, this thing is precious. This is more important than you even know. And I'm like, what are you talking about? You realize that this would have killed you. Like, it would have been precious if I did. Like if I did die type of thing.
Hmm.
And I'm just like, I'm flabbergasted, okay?
Right.
And
Do you recognize the person?
I don't recognize her at
Okay.
all. Like it was just some random woman.
Yeah.
And like I said, I in the dream I have this knowledge that she's
Yeah.
like a woman of the night
Uh-huh.
type of thing, and I know that like that's kind of an old fashioned perspective, but yeah, like she she does that,
Mhm.
right? And so I dude, I like as soon as she's saying these things, I wake right up out of it.
Hmm.
And to me, those types of dreams, like they mean stuff.
Yeah.
Cause that's like I don't think about that type of thing.
Right.
And usually when you can I guess from what can I don't know what I've I guess experienced about dreams,
Mhm.
most of the time like it's what this has to pertain to with the things that you think about, right?
Sure.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I know that that can have an effect on stuff, but like this isn't a thing that I think about on the
Yeah.
daily basis.
Unless there was something. Yeah, usually there's some connection, even tiny.
Right.
Like some type of something that just like creates that whole scenario.
Yes.
Like you'll usually be like, "Oh, that's because like I happened to talk about X
Some
yesterday or
type of
Y."
familiarity.
Yeah, something.
Um I wake up out of that and my first thoughts is like this is something coming against like a harlot church or something like that.
Mhm.
And like I don't know, it's just one of those things that like all the dreams that I get nowadays are like home invasion dreams.
Hmm.
Like people are trying to get into my house. And I'm like there have been times where I'm shooting at them. There are times when I'm fighting them and any of my any of my defenses just have no effect.
Everything's slow
No,
moving. Oh,
everything
okay.
is moving.
Yeah.
And like it's not that, but and it's very deliberate. Like I can feel the impact of it. But like I think you remember even some of the things that like when we first moved here, like those types of just crazy dreams, like where I saw like a demon,
Yeah.
coming in trying to freaking crush a dude's head,
Mhm.
like, and I could hear that thing's voice still in my head as I'm waking up, and like the fear that I'm feeling in that is just it's very visceral,
Yeah.
and I've always had very realistic dreams. Like I used to have night terrors,
Mhm.
and I don't know. It's just one of those things that like, I was thinking about this morning, and I guess I just don't know if that's a common thing for I don't know
I know. Yeah.
neurotypical people. You know,
Like in dream interpretation is never something I've ever like ever tried to like if someone's like I dreamed about this, I'm usually never like, "Oh, maybe it means," you know what I mean? Like I feel like there's a lot of it's kind of like when you prophesy over someone, like I realize now how like that shouldn't be allowed for people like that haven't been like I don't even know what training looks like. I don't even know what that means. I don't really know what prerequisites to that. But I just know that we were both at a church that was just like, "Oh, hey, like you got saved yesterday, like start prophesying." And I'm not saying you can't have those giftings, but I just
right?
feel like there's things that kind of come along with that. Like basically like you're taking on a very strong like responsibility. Like if I tell you, "Hey Matt, I'm going to prophesy over you. Let me tell you what I'm seeing." Like that's a very strong like you should take that very seriously.
One
Is basically what I'm
hundred
saying.
percent.
And so like as someone being newly saved and then like I said, God can do amazing things, miracle things and he can bring like he can give you all of that knowledge way early.
Yeah.
There's also like the practical side of it, where it's like, okay, what does that look like before you start going and tell people what their lives are going to be? And I thought like IHOP always did a decent job of saying like, here's where the rules are. Like God's not going to give you dates, mates, or something else. I think like times or something like that, because people would basically go there kind of like for like fortune telling. Basically, they'd be like, because they had that intercession room, and you could just go in and be prophesied over like at any second, really. And there was some amazing things that happened in there, right? Like crazy stories that we heard about from people being prophesied over. And there was like you remember the beans story, like of the
Oh
lady that
yeah.
was in there, and like there was just crazy stuff like that. And so I've always found like the more I think back on that, I'm like, man, like they were just letting people run like a muck and just letting kids and baby Christians do this with other people, and it was like that could really it impacts people's lives.
Yeah. No, I totally agree.
And that's
And
where I've always kind of been like reluctant to be like, here's what I think that
look,
means,
just be careful.
right.
Like
Yeah.
that's always a perspective we should take when it comes to the things of God.
Yeah.
And like it's crazy too because like I mean, I feel like I have a prophetic gifting, and that was something that I never ever thought was like a thing
Hmm.
for me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I thought it'd be cool. You know
Sure.
what I mean? But it's definitely I understand the gravity of it.
Right.
And I understand that there's a lot of responsibility, a lot of accountability.
Hmm.
And I'm not a perfect person. Like, it 100% says in the Bible, like, if you meet a a prophet, like a prophet, and anything they say basically doesn't come true, you don't have to respect the words of that prophet anymore.
Right.
And there's been times where some of what I said falls flat.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And I will by no means ever say, "Thus saith the Lord." You
Right.
know what I mean?
Right.
That is something that is so 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 serious.
Hmm.
And I mean, there's some people who are just so confidently saying things like that, and nothing in their ministry ever comes true.
Nope.
And you kind of have to ask the question like, what's gonna happen to your soul? Like I know that we're kind of
No, you're right.
like I know that we're kind of going into the super spiritual stuff, but it's
But
just been something that I think about, and it's honestly something that brings a lot of real fear
hmm
into my life.
yeah.
And I've kind of taken maybe an unintentional step away from God, and not necessarily like a step away from him. I'm just not as close to him as I once was. And a lot of that is, you know, trying to navigate and understand like how to be a good husband, and also lead myself, and also, pursue God. But I think I've only prophesied maybe a couple times since then.
Yeah.
And if anything, it shows me that that gifting, at least in my life, is real.
Right.
And I'm not to say that like I'm the best or I'm the most bestest. Um, it's nothing like that. I don't want any gifting that isn't 100% the Lord,
Right.
because once you've kind of understood that you're at the end of yourself, there's so much more freedom.
Hmm.
And I still don't. I hope that I never prophesy again if I am not just buried in the Lord,
Right.
because it's it's a very very dangerous thing, and it's a very
Yep.
slippery slope that can get you into a lot of trouble.
Well, you see it with like I've had, not to call out anybody at all, but I've seen people like just straight up be, I'll just call it what it is, but be so like delusional that they are like, nope, like this was what I felt, this is what I heard, and this is what it is.
This is the word of the Lord.
And you're like, man, like you better be darn sure.
That's dangerous.
And it causes a lot of it causes not only problems with like it causes problems to me in the faith, because then it's like people are putting this on like public display and saying things like that, and like they're letting their self, like you said, it's like if it doesn't come to fruition, like if it doesn't really happen, it's like okay, then what,
Yeah.
and you've got the extreme cases where people are like the end of time is going to happen, what was it, 12/21 of 12 or whatever, remember
Oh
that
yeah,
December 12th?
2012.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And it was like this terrible thing that's going to happen, and then it didn't. And it's like, how many of those have happened since, and how many before, where it really put people in this thought of like, man, like these people are nuts, right? And it just causes a lot of problems because it loops everyone together. But
Yeah.
more like, I guess, like pinpointed, I guess more so, is it's like when I've seen people like in those like small churches and been a part of it, where it's almost like a little culty when they
Very
start
much
doing
so.
stuff like that. And you're like, hey, like people coming up and being like, you are supposed to whatever. I remember, and like, I'm not gonna say, here's just like a small example, I guess, but like someone being like, "Hey, like this person," and you probably remember this too, but like they were, I don't know, I'm almost afraid to say it, but like people like get these feelings of like you're going to like this is going to happen to you. Like this thing is going to happen to you. And it's like, to me there's that side that's like, how is this helpful? And like what does that do for you?
Yeah.
Like just puts you in fear?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like there's definitely a warning.
Yeah.
Like I feel like the Lord is willing to warn people, right?
But like, why would they? I mean, to like publicly say it,
I mean, I feel
like give
like,
it to you that you tell like a group of people.
oh yeah, no, like that,
You know what I mean?
and that is a heavy thing.
Right.
And I feel like, and I feel like it's just as heavy if it was a one-on-one type thing.
Yep.
But if anything, it gives, so when you're doing that with a group of people, it basically either does one of two things. It's either going to establish you, okay,
Mm-hmm.
or it is going to like make it more and more of a, basically like a discernment against you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And but like the thing is like, and Bethel actually just came out with this yesterday.
Really.
So Bethel was giving a platform to a prophetic person. I'm using
Mm.
air quotes,
Uh-huh.
okay? His name is Sean Bowles, and the only reason I feel confident enough to say that is because it's out in the public. Like people
Mm.
are talking about it. So he was using social media to gather information about people
Oh,
and present it
dude.
as prophetic revelation. And then he would use, like, he was just like abusive emotionally to his staff members, and I think sexually as well.
Jeez.
Like, and so like all these things are coming out. I mean, eventually they will. I mean, just look at IHOP,
Right.
and like his sister, like uh wasn't Mike Bickle.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Bickle's sister is coming out and saying like, "Oh, he's pardoned." So like Mike Bickle is pardoned. We need to We need to let him get back into ministry and all that crap. I'm just like, where's the accountability?
You lose it there. Like,
And it's a beautiful thing that Bethel is coming out and saying like, hey, our bad.
mhm,
Like we contributed to an abusive situation and to people's abuse
mhm.
because we didn't call him out sooner.
Right,
So basically a big my bad
right.
from Bethel,
Maybe.
which is cool. But it
Yeah,
took someone else exposing this
right.
for them to say anything.
That's the problem, man. Like, there's so many things that, like, you want churches that are going, like, deep, and you want them, like, like, constant, like, because going to church, it shouldn't be like, "Oh, I feel like I feel happy again, and now I can start my week." Like, it should be like, you should be going in, it's like school, in a sense, like, you know what I mean? Like, and from a, like, good perspective, like, you should be going in and, like, continuing your education, basically, like, learning and
Yes.
leveling up. And it sucks when you've got some churches that are so surface level, and then you've got other ones that are so culty because they've just, like, they have no accountability.
Yes.
And it's like, god dang, like, what, like, I feel so bad for people that don't have, like, an idea. Like, I don't blame them for, like, walking into a church and being like, I don't even know what's going on in here,
Yep.
or I don't know what I'm doing here, or having other people, like, point out their sins, or have other people, like, be like, "Oh, no, 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 like, everything's fine. Like, you just showed up today. Like, everything's great." You know what I mean? Like, there's this, like, we've talked about some of them that are just, everything's great, everything's amazing, everything's wonderful. Like, you don't have to really do anything to, like, continue your walk with God. And then you got the other ones that are like, "Oh, you thought about a curse word? Well, you're going to hell.
Right.
So what's the point?" You know?
Right.
And it just, like, God, like, it's so stinking confusing,
Yeah.
and that sucks.
It does.
Because you can't find, and like you said, like, I mean, we were IHOP kids,
Yeah, we were.
if you call it that. Like, we went there, we, like, spent, like, a week or a few days, like,
We were there a full week. Yeah.
at the,
House of Prayer.
yeah, at the compounds there, where, like, I mean, there's, like, apartments basically that we, like, rented
The
one. The
dorms. The
dorms, that's right.
dormitories.
And, like, we met people that were going there for internships. We know someone that went there for an
We
internship.
know a few people.
We sure do. And, like, we were present there. And to us, this was an amazing thing. We were just like, can you imagine just living in this and being surrounded by this all the time?
It makes you jaded.
It does.
Some people like it makes you very jaded.
And then you find out that it's like this whole underbelly for, like,
Yes.
whatever's going on, and you're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, and you're like, what do I believe anymore?
It's just as corrupt as anything else.
Which I think is why it's so important to be so, like, steadfast in, like, your own personal growth. Like, that's why I say, like, if you're just, and this is, I mean, I'm judging myself, but if I'm just going to church once a week and thinking that that's going to be all of the, like, filling that I need to, like, be able to discern in these moments, or be able to, like, be, like, a good example and live a godly life, I'm sadly mistaken. Like, there's gotta be intentional, like, deliberate, like, education involved at all times.
Yeah.
You know?
There should be continual pursuit.
Has to be. And it has to be, like, individualized. Like, you
Yes.
have to be reading the word and, like, okay, like, tell me, like, help me understand this. Like,
Well, and like
you know?
it's so interesting too because some people are just not geared that way.
Yep.
Like my wife, she is I think I've mentioned before, she's on the spectrum, but she has the greatest memory that I've like ever experienced with a person. So she grew up hearing the stories of the Bible.
Mhm.
She was her upbringing was very strict. Her dad was a pastor,
I know that.
and well, he's kind of insane now. But like her dad, like her upbringing was, I wouldn't say extreme,
Mhm.
but it was strict. And so she grew up understanding the stories of the Bible, watching Veggie Tales and things
Heck
like
yeah.
that. And so
Bible Man. Should watch Bible Man.
they watched Bible Man.
Heck yeah, they did.
So I was not built up like that. I was
Right.
not that was not my upbringing.
Mm-mm. I'm just stretching. I'm
No,
listening
you're
to you.
fine.
My knee hurts.
I was essentially I came very seriously to the Lord when I was in my late teens. And so like the the Bible for me is something that fuels something within me, and I I probably don't spend as much time as I need to, but for her, she doesn't have to virtually read it at all
Because she's,
because she virtually knows
you
it
mentioned a story and she's like, oh yeah, because that was this and
and
this and this.
just gives you the most detail.
Because when I met you, how long had you been? Because I like left the church and was doing my own thing and then came back to the church and you were there. And I
Yeah,
was like, who's this guy?
yeah,
Which I found a super old video
okay.
of us at Exodus.
Oh God,
And it's crazy.
yeah,
Like looking back, because that was like 15, 16 years ago, maybe
yeah,
more. Like it was kind of weird. Side quest.
yeah.
But how long had you been at the church when I came back? Because
Just a few weeks.
that's when you'd found the Lord? Was it like that soon, or had you like been saved already and then you?
Yeah, no, I was
Okay.
saved
Okay.
already, but it was that was the community, and the thing is like I feel like so I don't even go to church really anymore, and it's not something that I justify, but I go to church for community.
Right.
Like that's what the church is to me,
Yep.
and whether that's a right interpretation or not, you need community,
Agreed.
and so I just haven't found a community of people who are willing to be vulnerable.
Yep.
Okay. And that's not to say that people aren't great. That's not to say that people aren't pursuing the Lord.
Right.
But it feels like one of those situations that it's it's very much something that we are supposed to do
Yeah.
on Sunday mornings.
Well, and bro, you and I have talked about this before. Like, it's hard to compare like apples to oranges when it comes to that stuff because yeah, we'd love to like jump into a community. Like, I'm the same way. Like, we've explored a church together. Even like, is this something? Is this a community? Is this something that's like a good environment, a healthy outlet? You know, at nothing else. Like, is this a healthy outlet for us? And then like, but what are we coming into? You're going into like histories of these other buildings with like these kids grew up together.
Yeah.
Like their 30s or whatever like us, like they grew up together. Like they've all known each other for like their whole lives. And like who are these new guys?
Yep.
You know what I mean? And we're kind of at that age where it's like we're at different stages of life.
Yep.
And going into something like that with no history, it's like if we go in together, it's like, oh, okay, like they're like a pair, which I always thought was cool whenever we would go to something. Because it was like,
Yeah.
oh, there's Matt and Eric, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Right. Right.
like I know them, you know.
Yeah.
Like the last church we went to, like the guy like would email me or whatever, and he'd be like, "Oh yeah, like I haven't seen you with Matt in a while, you know, or whatever." And I was like, "Yeah, we broke up, but we're fighting." But yeah, it was a I wish that there was a way for us to go to something like that. That and there, but you're putting it so much in a box because it's like we want it to be close, a close drive. We want it to be
Right.
like in the same town.
I don't want to drive 45
Right,
minutes.
5 to 6 minutes would be perfect.
Yeah.
In town, have an amazing worship program that just happens to need two guys that you know
I
can
am
just
not
can
joining
just
a
can
worship
just
team.
like dive right in. You in this scenario, in this lucid dream, you're joining it. So Matt and Eric join the worship team. It's great. But yeah, finding a community of people that just happen to like, you know, I feel it's just like setting expectations, like having no expectations going into that and just taking it for what it is. But it is hard because we want to grow, we want to feel challenged, and we want
Yeah.
to feel like we're a part of something. And it's
We
hard
want
to
to
just do
feel
that.
like it's a community that we're going to be able to be consistently a part of.
Yeah. And it's hard to do that with like when you're, I mean, with new people, with new groups, it's hard.
And it's not that I have expectations.
Yeah.
It's more of I want to be able to feel like this could be something that I can remotely call home.
I think a problem with me, really quick, is that I compare. because it's like I want you want the message to be, you want the pastor to be spirit filled and be like very knowledgeable and understanding and not say anything that like is out of what we expect it to be, right? And then you also want there to be like a group that
Which
has
is like a
people.
judgmental
It
thing.
sure is, but I mean, like, I think that's what I go into with these like
Yeah.
unrealistic expectations of
Yeah.
like it's got to tick all the boxes, I
Yeah.
guess,
Yeah. Yeah.
so that I can feel like okay, I can be a part of. I can put my name with this place,
Yeah, for sure.
kind of thing. What time is it?
Oh, it's about 8.
Woo! We still got to pee.
But yeah, I definitely agree, and it's a constant thing. Like it's always going to be a constant thing. It's nothing we're ever going to be able to run away from.
Right.
Um, and it's not even that we want to. It's just that it's not something. It's so intrinsic to who we are, um, that it's just something we'll never be able to leave. Um, we've had too much of an experience. We've had too much of uh, a lifestyle change to say that it's not real.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Christian corner with
Christian corner, Maverick and the Christian. Anyway, that was just one of those things that like it was on my mind talking about dreams and
Yeah, no,
stuff,
that's
and
cool.
um,
I like
kind
it.
of just divulged into sort of the spirituality of
Yeah.
things that we believe in,
And like to close it out, I guess, like we don't necessarily, I wouldn't like, it can sound sometimes like Matt and I have a ton of history. We've known each other for a really long time. So like
yeah,
we can say things to each other and like understand it's not coming from like a chip on our shoulder. Like it's not like we have this like thing against the church, like
no,
whatsoever. Like we're just like, we have a lot of, I guess, experience with this. Like we grew up in the church together, so to speak, and have like been a part of ministry for a really long time. And so
yeah,
you know, things happen. We moved. We kind of got out of stuff. We tried things here and there, but like would love to find something else that was like,
yeah,
you know, something that we could be a part of.
something that makes sense
But
to
we
us.
love the church, and it's not. Yeah, just don't want it to sound like it was on like a negative note, like
Yeah, no,
against the
it
church. So
definitely isn't.
yeah,
Like we love the church. We think it's an important thing. Um, but yeah, we love you guys.